Welcome, everyone, to the ripple effect of love for dads and families. We continue this week on learning to tap into your inner wisdom. So, we will be looking at tuning into your inner wisdom again today. So, I'm excited to be here with you today. And I have my special guest that is here.
Aha.
Mr. Christian Mendez,
Can you hear
the
me?
dad
Okay, can
of
you hear me?
4.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we have a sidebar there, but okay. All
yeah,
right, all right. Can
inner
you hear me?
wisdom. Inner wisdom. We all have it, don't we?
We do. We very much do. How,
However, right?
however, yes.
We don't always choose to listen to it. And I
Well,
think,
let's recognize what that even means because as
yes,
children we are born, and the first thing, and I share some of these nuggets of knowledge that have been
yes,
shared before. 50% of kids or humans learn what the average human learns 50% of what they're going to learn in their lifespan within the first 5 years. So, and that's all from this development and educational and all of that stuff. So, you guys can go and take a look at that and research it. What I'm wanting to mention real quick is mom or dad wanting you to be safe, wanting you to be fed. So, you cry, right? Because we can't voice and speak at days and weeks and months old. So, we are taught as our bodies need is to receive nurture or comfort or whatever it is that is needed. So I wanted to pause there because one of the first words that most kids learn is no. Well,
of course they do. Do you know why they learn no? Because
I
we are
believe,
consistently telling them no.
and we want to, as kids, explore, reach curiosity, which is where the heart comes in, which is where your real we just talked about that inner wisdom. That's where it comes from, and that's really, and so you're wanting to push your limits, and you're wanting to jump, and you have excitement, and then your parents tell you to sit and behave and quiet down and pipe down. And again, we've talked about this culturally. I was raised in, again, different people. Calladito te ves más bonito. Quiet, the more quiet you are, the cuter you look.
Yeah.
So these are ingrained. And so we talked about the inner wisdom. Sometimes we can't even begin to say, well, what do you mean about this wisdom that I have? We
Yes.
get it. We get it.
Yes, we do. And knowing that our inner wisdom was stifled unconsciously, obviously. It's not like our parents woke up that morning and they said, "Today, I am stifling your inner wisdom, Christian." Right? That's not what happens. What happens is every parent is trying their best with their baggage, with their knowledge that they have. And nobody taught us this when we were young. Nobody knew this, right? Well, a
that,
few
that,
people did,
that,
obviously, but it was not mainstream. And the ripple effect of love for dads and families is so that this knowledge becomes more mainstream.
yes,
So if
yes,
you know
yes.
people who could learn from this, tag them, send them the videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Forget all of that. Here's what I love for you to do is
Oh, go for it, Christian.
especially those. I want you to next time go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I spill. I mentioned this. If there's something that falls and breaks, oh, why? Who did it? What happened? It's a trigger, folks. Okay, so
Can
I
I just add
did. Yeah.
that
Yes.
trigger is a learned habit from when you were little,
I
and
was
it's
just
to
I
unlearn that, right? I'm reframing that. Go ahead.
And connecting the dots. And so that's what we're wanting to do here. Um, I know Christine is very intellectual, and so am I. However, these are practices.
Mhm.
If we don't slow down and really listen and think, we're gonna miss it. Because it truly is. And I go back to and take a look at it and I say cliche. Anything that is
Mm.
cliche, your
Yes.
brain's already thinking. So once again, your brain's already thinking, well,
Mhm.
of course smiling is free. Of course I breathe. What do you mean? So we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Now we're wanting to share with you that deep down inside, before your parents wanted to keep you safe, wanted to keep you warm, wanted to keep you comforted, wanted to, because that's how they nurture. Again, moms and dads are different, but we know that, and a parent, right? Or just as a human, we seek that love. We seek that connection. So regardless of what it is, go ahead.
And for every brain, the expectations are different.
There you go. Woo, boy.
Yeah. For every
And
brain.
we just talked about that at the store. I was protecting my kiddos, and Mama Bear was protecting her kiddos. Mama Bear was protecting her kiddos to let her roam, basically. We're going to roam the field, let them do, because they're very well behaved little cubs. Papa Bear was going, I don't want these elder cubs to trip on them, to hurt them, or to be rude about them, because we just talked about it. And we're not going to get into too deep, but we say, thank you, parents, because you kept me safe. Thank
Mm.
you, dad and mom, or a guardian. Thank you for those that were in your life that taught you certain things because they thought they had the best interest for you. So I
Yes.
speak to adults, and that's the only people that I speak with. Christine does all the other stuff. Enough, enough. Okay, blaming and shifting. Enough. We've been adults long enough. Or if you're an adult, you are in your right conscious mind to be able to make decisions, even if you were once again, if your parents taught you to use a cell phone, great. Did they teach you to learn a laptop, Microsoft Word, internet, Zoom, QuickBooks, whatever programs you utilize, whatever you use in a day-to-day? Did your parents also teach you that? No, Christian, that's, or maybe some of us are lucky. So I say to you,
Hmm.
great. So you learn things on your own. You've experienced things, and you, those that like hot, those that don't, say, I tried it. I did not like it. I no longer have that taste for it. So same thing. You used to be taught, and you were shown a way that is still ingrained, and that's okay. But now, go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes. And now we want to jointly show you how to do the snap or clap, tap. You can go on the collarbone here if you're boosting your immune system, on the sternum here, roughly at the heart. Take a deep breath in as you scan your body to see where the tension is. How many times a day do you, on a regular basis, look to see where the tension is? I just realized I had tension in my hip and had no idea it was there. So I breathe in, I relax my shoulders, I imagine myself at a train station, and I blow that tension into the train station.
Remember, folks, I'm a little bit slower. I'm a lot more newer at this, and that's okay. So I give myself grace to say, I can't see a train. I can't pick. I can't picture. I can't even picture a volcano. And again, I'm being realistic here. So what I can do is I can start by slowing down, clapping, tapping, and breathing, and allowing myself to just, and I told you guys this, I go, when I do my snap tap zap, I go really, really awesome me, because I don't want other thoughts, because my brain is,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
hum
Yes.
me.
Good. I love that. And I have a trick for those who can't imagine the spiraling train. What if you Google it and put it up on your screen or print it out, put it on your wall somewhere? That way you can see it, you can look at it, you can imagine that you're throwing it out, in throwing all that tension out in there, whatever is causing that. And, I've had people say, "Oh my gosh, I love my parents, but I'd love to put them on the train because they taught me that habit and I don't want to have that habit anymore." And are you literally throwing a person on the train? No, you're not. It's your imagination doing it to heal the brain. That's
and
all
and
you're
and and
doing.
let's
And
and,
it's
and let's pause that for a second. Let's pause that for a second because we oh gosh, uh, parental traumas. We have
yeah,
to remember the grace that is given to you. We
yes.
have to remember they did the best that they could with the tools that they had. They did just like you are today, doing the best that you can with the tools that you've known so far. I am saying their parents, now,
Mhm.
not your parents, okay?
There.
Their parents were taught completely in a different culture, different time years, different everything, which were disciplined and cultured really and raised differently. And I'm not even going to get into the different regions of the world because I can't even say before. There's indigenous folks that still today live basic, and that's so beautiful. That brings me peace. So let me just stop there, and then we're not gonna tangent. But your parent has traumas that
Yes.
they don't see. They may not even see in themselves, but they see in you. That's
Yes,
only
that too.
reflection.
Yes, totally.
Again, now we're going up the up, and we're not telling you to change your grandma either, okay? But there's some
No, no, no,
beautiful
no.
things.
Focus on you. That's it. Just you.
And put grandma on the
I
train, put mom on the train. But here's what we're doing: we're doing mom
and
and
I just
grandma from the things that don't.
but instead, if you're not comfortable with putting the parent, the grandparent on the train, put their words, their
That's it right
habits
there. Their
on the
thoughts,
train
yes, yes,
so that
or
whatever
yours.
yeah, whatever you feel will help
Yes,
you
yes,
release that
yes, yes.
is what's important.
People
Some
say,
people
people
will be
say,
just to say, some people will be horrified. I'm not going to put my mom on the train. I've had clients say, "There's no way I'm doing that." I said, "Perfect. So, how can we do this so that your brain lets go? Is it the words?" So, if it's the words, this is the best way that I find for clients: snap or clap. And we're going to make a C shape with our hand. We're going to go around the ears because there's many meridian points right here to calm the amygdala, the survival part of the brain. You were mentioning, Christian, how somebody dropped something. Who did that? And that's a habit that you were trained, your parent did that, so that's how we got here today. So those words, that way of being that your parent had, can you close your eyes, see yourself, and just you can ask your younger self to do this. And if you're not comfortable, don't do it. Just watch us do it. This is very important. I don't want to send you into some deep trauma or anything. So just deep breath in, relax the shoulders, and exhale. Yourself doing that. Every time you did it, did you feel bad after you had that explosion with your kids or your wife or your friends or your boss? Most of us do feel bad about it. And that regret needs to go onto that spiraling train or the hot air balloon to be released. And we're breathing in and we're letting that go. And if you want to work one on one, let me know. Christine at christineberna.com.
I'm gonna jump in when you're
Yes,
done. Let
go
me
for it.
know. Okay. I want to mention this is about you.
Yes.
Don't do what you're comfortable. Do what makes you feel good. Okay.
Yes.
Focus on what you want to change. And so where I'm at is I'm a little bit more visual and focused. And again, just this is just what works for me.
Yes.
The old me, the
Mm.
old me, I no longer even want to remember, folks. That,
Mm.
to me, a type 2 diabetic, I can't have sugars. I don't, even though I've reversed it, I still watch what I eat because I was, again, as I shared, I was told that sugar is like an acid. God is going to prepare my body for a long haul ahead. I got to make sure that it's in prime. So I'm still taking care of my body. Now, I was
Yes.
able to soothe myself and nurture myself and to realign myself with this. So I
Hmm.
share it with you is
Yes.
I knock things when I say I have to stop something, I don't, and some people it's called cold turkey, right? Or
Yes.
just sever and done. Okay. I used to sever and done because of situations that I was put in,
Hmm.
and be able to be vulnerable, but then I had to stop that. So I would sever. I am doing something different now where I'm slowly weaning, or if you will,
Yes.
just stopping at because I notice that my knee jerk reactions tend to, and we talked about this, not just memory in the brain, but memory in our cells. That means my face is, my brain is now happy, but my face is still doing that. So, cellular components, I had to knock it off. Understand, this is a train of thought that I had to slow down and to bring myself to say, I no longer want to operate that way. So, for me, the old me, I am comfortable enough to put him on the. I actually like not the train. I like the hot air balloon
Yes.
because he is just that old me is just a work in progress and is just able to let go and that's it. Listen, that's
Yes.
I've done my part.
And I love how you say weaning off, because when we bring about change in our lives, our brains will want to resist. So, yes, it'll be on the wagon for a week, 2 weeks, a day, 2 days, an hour, whatever it is. But then there's this big flip that happens. And it's like, no, not going there. This is new. It's dangerous. And whoa, if you can realize that your brain is telling you that something new you're doing that you wanted to do is happening, that's when you snap. You breathe in, you scan your body, and you put that onto the hot air balloon because it's the survival mode kicking in, trying to keep you safe. Okay?
And
Your
remember, we talked about
brain,
this, the
yes,
50% that we learned in the first 5 years. Your brain is going,
yes,
hey, wait, this is what we're used to. This is what we've been working. Remember
yes,
those justifications. That's
yes.
just who I am. That's just my genetics. That's just how I was taught. That's just my mom. That's just, we get it.
We get it.
We get it.
And we
We
invite
get
you
it.
to breathe in, tap, release that so you can connect to that inner wisdom that will show you that it starts
How
with
you want
you.
to now do it, how we're going
Yes,
to change it, how you no longer want to feel because when you act the way that you're taught and you do who you are, then
yes,
afterwards you don't really feel that good. So now we're going, now we can feel the ladder without even
yes,
diving in. And
yes,
that's why I say it's a progress. But I want to mention one thing. So you're going to do it again, even 3 months down the line, or maybe 9 months down the line, or maybe a year down the line, maybe a year and a half, because
and it's
something will
okay.
crack. That's where I was going, and we say we fumbled, right? We fumbled,
Yes.
or there was a foul on the game. When there's a penalty in any game, when there's a something that is called by the ref, or if there's
Mm.
something of infraction, think of it in whatever aligns with you. The game, the contest does not stop. It is not over. It
Mm.
is a minor, again, infraction. So that doesn't mean that everything is lost. Please, I'm great.
Oh,
I have
no.
enough grace to say, hey, hey, man, all right, it happened again. No worries. No worries. Let's reflect on where I missed it this time.
And I'm glad because next week or the week after, I'm not too sure, we'll be talking about triggers. So you're bringing that up so people can start looking at triggers. And if you haven't seen the first 2 weeks of our episodes, 1 to 10, I think they were, please look at those episodes. They were on self love. And self love is exactly that grace that you're giving yourself, Christian, because our brain needs dopamine. If we start yelling at ourselves, telling ourselves we're not good enough, are we allowing our inner wisdom to shine? Or are we treating ourselves like our parents used to? And it's the last thing I wanted. And that's how I ended up educating my kids without realizing it. And I was such in the go, 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 go stage that I was not able to stop. So, unfortunately, for my kids, fortunately, I changed. Okay. I shifted major 360. Woo! So now that they're adults, they can enjoy my company. But as teens, whoo, they had it rough with me. And it's okay. I still have a little bit of guilt to release on that. But my kids are so excited that they can call me, talk without me interrupting them, without me telling them what to do, what they need, who they are. I listen. I do the snap, tap, zap and listen. Because why do I do the snap, tap, zap? Do this with your teens, do this with your little kiddos so that you can hear their inner wisdom, so that you can be there. You know, we sometimes have parents who say, I taught for 30 years, and parents would say, oh, I had no idea. So, if you're saying this, hearing yourself say this about your beautiful child, are you taking the time to listen? And if you've never listened carefully to your child before and they're not open, bring them to a public place. If they love ice cream, buy them ice cream and talk with them, because they know you won't blow up. They know there's a lot of things that won't happen, and they'll feel safer until they feel safer at home talking about it. But you need to self regulate. I think, Christian, you've frozen. Ah,
Well,
there we go.
let me chime in regards to that. When as you practice the breathing, that's the number one thing is watch anything is just watch your breathing.
Yes,
Bring yourself to stop.
yes.
Um, One of the best things that I've done is I prepare and I breathe before bedtime put downs. So
Yes.
when just we mentioned, and we're gonna go ahead and end it with
Just a
this.
sec, because we only have 4 minutes
Yeah,
left.
yeah, I was gonna
Have
end it
you
with that.
seen an improvement with getting to bed? The whole
Oh
bed
yes.
routine.
Oh vastly. Oh
Okay, I'd like you to
vastly. Oh
share the
gosh.
results that you have had from doing the
Oh,
snap, tap, zap before bedtime. What did it look
I'll give
like
you
before in
a
2 sentences?
a clear example is uh, brush your teeth, get this ready, get your backpacks, get your water bottles, clean up your stuff. Why isn't this here? Why isn't that there? Wait, what are we doing? And why aren't things picked up? And why aren't you ready? And things like that. And so it was more because of me, and truly, and they started understanding that. So
Mhm.
now I'm able to calmly, um, approach them and, hey, it's getting ready for bedtime, and we got to make sure that we have our teeth brushed and I still get pushback. Don't get me wrong, but now when there's pushback and they say, I mean, do we really want to have our teeth smelly and bad hygiene and things like that? And so I ask them the questions if that's what we should be doing
Mhm.
based on how we are in cleanliness and things like that, and safety and comfortableness.
Yes.
So it does have that, but as soon as I let them kind of walk themselves now into, yeah, you're right, I don't want to have dirty teeth, so yes, I'm going to brush my teeth. But now it's a calm, it's a conversation, and it's a smooth where they're picking up, they're already getting ready, or they've already done certain things.
And you're teaching them responsibility. They're
Yeah.
becoming responsible for their teeth. Do you need to say the same story about the teeth every single night? Because you have 4 kiddos, it comes up often, but
The reason it comes up often is because I actually, and just to share with you guys, I actually had really bad teeth. I have so many
it's
missing
okay.
teeth. Yeah, I have so
So
many. I
bad.
have missing teeth. Dental hygiene was not. We've actually suffered from gum disease and other issues. The wife as well with braces and things like that just recently. So we've really have found out that, um, and again, I can't blame my mom, my grandma.
No.
So all I can do is now better take care of my teeth and say that to them. And
Yep.
yes, since I do have 4 kiddos under 12, that's kind of why we go back and forth with the showers and the teeth and the brushing and
Mm,
things like that. But I learned, because I was able to slow down, and I'm going to say goodbye. I learned that what I wanted them to, as Christine said, is to be responsible for themselves, but
yes.
also to be good for themselves, and so that they're ready for the next day, because I wasn't.
And they're learning to think for themselves as well.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
that's huge. You're teaching them to think for themselves instead of just giving them orders, right? Have you tried having a snap tap zap 1 minute session with everybody before the bedtime routine?
No.
I would love
No.
to see how that works out. We're
Okay.
going to
Yeah. Well.
I'm going to give you that challenge, Christian, and any other dad, parent that's watching, please try it out and see. Notice the changes. If the first time you do it, you don't get results, just say, "It's okay." Did you feel calmer? Were you calmer because you did your snap tap zap? And again, as I had said to Christian the very first time he tried doing snap tap zap, do not force it on your kids. You
Mm-mm.
do it. If they
Mm-hmm.
want to, when they
Mm-hmm.
are ready, they will
Mm-hmm.
join you. So,
Yep.
on that, thank you very much, everyone. Hope you got lots of value and have a great day. See you tomorrow for the ripple effect of love. And tomorrow is reducing the fear that we have that comes up with our inner wisdom. So take care. And today, that was that.